Devaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Want to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram Bal Gopal, Nrsimhadev Bhagavan, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Gaur Nitai, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his appearance day. Tulsi Mani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, appearance of Shree Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, he's a hidden incarnation, so not particularly well known, but he is described in the scriptures. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Mayapur, West Bengal, over 500 years ago. Actually, 1486 is his date. As the son of Sachi Devi, and Jagannath Misra is his father. He is Krishna himself, not an incarnation. Krishna himself, who appeared to inaugurate the Yuga Dharma, the Dharma of the age, which is Harinam Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. He never disclosed himself as the incarnation of the Lord, or as the Lord actually, and exemplified the life of a perfect devotee. So he came disguised as a devotee, so that others can follow in his footsteps. Below are certain important verses from some of the well-known Vedic literatures to substantiate the identity of Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Bhagavad Puran. So this is quite a famous verse actually. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangasra Pashadam Yagnesh Sankirtan Pralay Yajantihi Sumvedasaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the holy name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, because he's got a golden hue, he's Krishna himself. He's accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So Krishna Varnam, just a little bit more analysis of this verse. This word denotes that Lord Chaitanya belonged to the category of Krishna, or in other words, he is Krishna himself. Krishna Varnam also means one who constantly chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. Tvishaya Karshanam. His bodily complexion is not blackish. He appears in a golden-like yellow complexion. Sango Pangastra Pasadam. Lord Chaitanya is also always accompanied by his confidential associates like Lord Nityananda, Advaitacharya, Shri Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, etc. In other incarnations, the Lord sometimes made use of his weapons to defeat or kill the demons. But in this age, the Lord subdues the demoniac mentality with his all-attractive figure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who freely distributes Krishna Prem, pure love of Krishna. That is his weapon. In the Vishnu Sahasranam Stotram from the Mahabharata, each of the 1,000 names contained therein glorifies one or more aspects of the Supreme Lord's transcendental forms, qualities, pastimes. The following names indicate the bodily feature of Lord Chaitanya. Suvarna Varno Hemango Varangas Chanda Na Gadi. Suvarna Varna, he has a golden complexion. Hemanga, he has appearance of molten gold. Varanga, exquisitely beautifully. Chandananda Gadi, Chandanan Gadi. The Lord's body is smeared with sandalwood pulp. Chaitanya's qualities and activities are described in the following names. Sanyaskacha Chamaha Shanto Nishta Shanti Paraya. Sannyaskrata, he accepts the renounced order of life, which he did at the age of 24. Sama is fully sense-controlled and equipoised. Santa is completely peaceful. Nishta is rigidly fixed in the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Shanti Parayana, he is the highest abode of devotion and peace. Garud Purana, the Lord says, in the first part of Kali Yuga, I will appear in my complete spiritual form in Mayapur, Navadvip, and become the son of Sachi. Mayapure Navadvipe Bhavishyame Sachi Sutta. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Mayapur, a subsection of the holy town of Navadvip, West Bengal, as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi in the year 1486, about 4,500 years after the beginning of Kali Yuga. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri in Garud Purana, it is also stated in the first part of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Lord in the golden complexion will become the husband of Lakshmi. So Vishnu Priya, Lakshmi Priya are his two wives. Then he will become a sannyasi and reside near Jagannath Puri. So Sri Chaitanya married his eternal consort Srimati Lakshmi Priya and later took sannyas at the age of 24. After the acceptance of sannyas, he left Navadvip and resided in Jagannath Puri, the holy city of Lord Jagannath in Orissa. Lord Jagannath in Puri is also referred to as Daru Brahma in the Puranas, as the deities here are made from neem wood. The word Daru means wood in Sanskrit. The Supreme Lord who took delight in his pastimes with the gopis, who filled the residence of Vrindavan with joy day and night, who slew Kamsa, and who made friends with the Pandavas in the battle between Kaurav, will, without any doubt, come again to the earth. He will be a sannyasi with the name Chaitanya, whose arm will be decorated with just check what that is, a bamboo stick. The bamboo stick is the sannyas rod. Interesting. Okay, so in the Nrsimha Purana, it states, Supreme Lord who assumed the form of half man, half lion in Satyayug to cure a dreadful disease that had devastated the Daityas, and who appeared as Ram, conquered the 10-headed Ravan in Tretayug, and who removed the burden of the earth in Dwapar and protected the cowherd men of Brajapura, will be the Lord by name Chaitanya in the Kali Yuga. He will have a golden form. He will take pleasure in chanting the holy names of the Lord. So Gauranga Priya Kirtana Kali Yuga Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. It's very specific in the Shinga Purana. Padma Purana. I shall take birth the son of Sachi Sutta, assuming a golden form in a beautiful place on the bank of Bhagirathi, Ganga, on the earth in the first part of Kali Yuga. So, Mayapur, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, is on the banks of the Ganga. There is a similar verse in the Brahma Purana predicting the appearance of the Lord. Okay. Narad Purana. O Brahmana, I will deliver all the worlds, concealing myself in the form of a devotee of the Lord in Kali Yuga. So he came disguised. He didn't advertise himself as God. Mind you, whenever even Ram, Krishna came, they don't advertise themselves. But they don't hide themselves either. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he hid himself. O demigods, please advent on the earth as devotees in Kali Yuga. To inaugurate Sankirtan, I will incarnate as the son of Sachi. Bhavishya Purana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing Sankirtan during Jagannath Rath Yatra. O austere sage, everyone will see my transcendental form as a sannyasi in the age of Kali. I will be displaying symptoms like shedding of tears of bliss, and hairs standing on end out of ecstasy. Lord Chaitanya was always merged in the ocean of transcendental ecstasy while chanting the names of Krishna and dancing during Sankirtan. He felt intense separation from the Lord, and due to those devotional feelings, displayed various ecstatic symptoms of pure love for Krishna, such as incessant tears, voice choking up, hairs on the body, standing on end, etc. So he would show these, he would manifest these symptoms, which are apparent on the devotees who are in love with the Lord. Vayu Puran, on the full moon day of the month of Falguna, which is today, conjoined with the star Falguni, I will appear in a golden form begotten by Purandara in the womb of Sachi. So another name for Jagannath Mishra, Purandara. Lord Chaitanya was born on the full moon day in the month of Falguna. His father was known by the names Jagannath Mishra and Purandara Mishra. In the Vayu Puran, it is also stated, I will appear in the Brahmin family Navadvip by the shore of the Ganga. And also it states, in order to engage the people in devotional service and bestow mercy upon them, I will take sannyas accepting the name Krishna Chaitanya. In the Matsya Puran, in the age of Kali, I will be golden color. I will be tall and will have a shaven head. The place where I take birth will be a meeting point of 3 rivers. Yes, that's right. I can't remember all the names. Jalangi, I think. Ganga, and one more. I will be very merciful and I will keenly engage in chanting the holy names. Lord Chaitanya, being an Eka Danda sannyasi, had a completely shaven head, as was custom for such sannyasi. 3 rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, which is currently in hidden form, flow at Navadvip. Oh, okay. Didn't realize that. Interesting. Skanda Purana. Inwardly Krishna, but outwardly of golden form, I will be accompanied by my associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Taking my birth in the womb of Sachi, I will accept the role of a human being. So, this is Advaitacharya, who is praying to his Nashinga Sila with Tulsi and Ganga Jal to call out for the Lord to appear. He was crying out loudly. Those cries were heard by Lord Chaitanya, hence why he appears. That's one of the things which is very important to understand. He appears because of Advaita's calling out for him. So, okay, just do a little bit. Shree Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Navadvip, Bengal, 27th, must be February, I think, 1486, on a full moon night during the lunar eclipse. And of course, this is out of date. It falls today, which is the 10th of March, 2025. Navadvip is a large city straddling both sides of the Ganga. Praised in the scriptures as a holy place, Navadvip was famous during Lord Chaitanya's time as a center of learning and culture. So many schools were there, philosophical schools. At a time when Bharat was suffering from rampant spiritual stagnation, strict caste stratification, the prominence of logic over mystic experience, and the domination by Islamic rulers. Socially, morally, spiritually, politically, and intellectually, there was need for change. It is typical for people to bathe in the Ganga during an eclipse. And funny thing is, there is an eclipse coming up tomorrow morning in the UK. Anyway, When there's an eclipse, people bathe in the Ganga and chant the Lord's holy names for spiritual purification. So everyone in the area was chanting the holy names when he was born, because he was born when there was an eclipse. His parents, Jagannath Mishra and Sachidevi, gave him the name of Vishwambhara, meaning the support of the universe. So the scene was at night, the eclipse took place. So everybody, including the Muslims, Hindus, everybody, they were in the Ganga, bathing and chanting out loud, Haribol, Haribol. And at that time he appeared in the room of Sachidevi and Jagannath, and father was Jagannath Mishra. The reason they gave him the name Vishwambhar was because astrologers had predicted his superhuman qualities and that he would deliver the people of the world. He was also nicknamed Nimai because he had been born under a neem tree. So that neem tree is still there. And when one goes to Mayapur, one can go and have darshan of the place that he appeared. There's a neem tree. There's also a house with deities of Jagannath Mishra, Sachidevi, and baby Krishna there. During his childhood, he displayed mysterious powers. He outwitted thieves. They stole him, but they ended up back at their home again. Because they stole him because he had jewels on his body, lots of jewels. He played with a poisonous snake. He spoke philosophy with his mother. He was only a tiny baby, and he was philosophically very proficient. As he grew, his beauty and intelligence began to grow more fully. He was a brilliant scholar and who quickly mastered poetics, poetry, Sanskrit grammar, and the current fad, which was Navya Nyaya, a form of logic. So he was expert in logic. He didn't manifest any bhakti at that time. He was more into this logic, because that was the predominant sort of style of learning at that time in Navadvip. So he mastered that. He would often play at defeating his fellow students using logic. While still young, he opened his own school, began teaching grammar and logic. So, this is a pastime which we can end with. There was a Pandit, Kashmiri Pandit, who was very famous in Bharat. He'd conquered all the poets, the logicians, and he was always looking for competition so that he can defeat the next great poet. So he came to Navadvip, and at that time, all the elder Brahmins, scholars, they left because they didn't want to fight with him. They knew they'd lose. But he came across Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, young boy, and he challenged Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, let's listen to what you got to say. And he recited, I can't remember, it was 108 verses or something like that, of the glorification of Ganga Mata. After he finished, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praised him. You're such a great poet, scholar. Who can surpass you? But there was an issue I have with the 64th verse, I think he said, 64th verse. Oh, what issue? There are a number of imperfections in that verse. No, can't be. I have composed this poetry perfectly. Oh, So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on and gave him a few points where he questioned the logic of that particular verse. And this Pandit, he was shocked because he couldn't argue back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was spot on. And he was thinking, how did he? I recited these verses so fast. How could he have possibly memorized a verse and found faults in that verse? He was devastated. He left that place defeated. He went to sleep. He hardly could sleep. He eventually fell asleep. At that time, and he was praying, Mother Saraswati, why did you let me down? Have I displeased you? So Mother Saraswati came to him in a dream. He's sleeping here. Mother Saraswati came to him in a dream and he said, Don't fret. You have been defeated by the best, by the Lord himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself. So just go and surrender to him. And then he woke up and he realized, wow, this is great honor. I had the privilege of having to spend time with the Supreme Lord. And he surrendered onto Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became a great devotee. Wonderful pastime because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows his compassion. So are there any questions, comments? We'll finish hopefully tomorrow. We'll finish off tomorrow the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Any questions, any comments? Okay, we can stop there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Go Purnima ki jai.